Megan, you dropped by school today, and I said, hey, let's talk for a minute.
Yeah.
So we're just going to talk about your experience at SCA. So first of all, tell us how long you were here for school. When did you start school at SCA?
I started school at SCA in, I'm pretty sure it was 4K.
4K.
Pretty sure it was 4K, and I went all the way through, graduated here.
And you graduated in which class?
2015.
Right.
I graduated in 2015.
And let's talk about your experience at SCA. What is your favorite memory of SCA?
That's hard because there's so many. But I'd have to say my favorite memory from SCA was high school retreat. Each year, high school retreat was awesome. But my freshman year, we had worship time, and a couple people got saved. And it was a spur-of-the-moment decision by whoever was leading the high school retreat at that time. They said, okay, well, let's all go down and baptize people in the lake. And so we all walked down to the lake, and I don't remember how many people got baptized, but I remember it was a lot of my classmates got baptized, and it was a very moving experience for all of us. And so that was probably my favorite memory.
That's awesome. You're going to carry that with you.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of your classes that were your favorite while you were here. And let's say you're going into nursing.
I am, yes.
And so tell us what were some of your favorite classes while you were here.
Some of my favorite classes here was definitely organic chemistry with Coach Harp, and then probably anatomy with Miss Clardy. And both of those classes are offered here, and it's very weird because they're not offered at any other schools hardly. A lot of the classmates that I go to school with in college, they never got to experience or have those classes in high school, and so they thought it was really weird that I did, which to me was very normal. But they really helped prepare me for the nursing field and for my classes in college, so that when I did have chemistry and organic and anatomy, I knew what to expect, and I was not overwhelmed and stressed as much as other people were.
How prepared were you as far as just time management and relating to teachers and professors when you got to Anderson?
I felt very prepared. SCA does a great job of giving you the ability to time manage and teaching you how to get all of your studies done, and they do a good job also of like testing you. A lot of my classes were very, very difficult, and so I didn't struggle. I did good, but it was very hard and very stressful at times. But when I got to college, that really prepared me so that I knew what to expect. I was not as stressed out. I was not as overwhelmed as other students were who maybe had it a little easier in high school. Like teachers here, they push you, but it's for your benefit. And in the end, it really benefited me with college, and it helped prepare me.
You were also an athlete here. You were a volleyball player.
I was.
A very successful volleyball player.
Yes.
I enjoyed watching you play. What would you say about playing sports while you were here?
Oh, man. Playing sports while I was here is probably another like great memory that I'll never forget. I made a ton of friends doing that. I grew closer to coaches and the staff here. And then just the experience of, getting to support your school and represent your school in the sport that you love to play, it doesn't get better, in my opinion, than that. And I miss it. I do. I honestly miss it. I loved it.
Now, tell us what you're a senior at Anderson University. Tell us what you're going to be doing. What your degree?
I'm a nursing major at Anderson University. I will graduate in May of 2019. Very pumped about that. Very excited. And then hopefully after that, I had to pass the NCLEX, but after that I hope to become a nurse at Spartanburg Regional, maybe in the ER, work with trauma cases, and then, I don't know, maybe after that I might go back to school, become certified as a surgical nurse. Who knows? But as of right now, that's the plan.
So you're coming back to Spartanburg.
I am coming back to Spartanburg, yes.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, you represent us well. We're so proud of you and so glad you come back to visit. That's one thing I love, is to see our graduates in the hallways, coming to lunch to see teachers, and we're glad to have you back. Is there anything else you want to say?
I mean, SCA is just it's a family to me, so coming back and seeing, a lot of people think it's probably weird to go back and see their high school teachers, but like teachers here, like me and you, like I feel like it's more of a family dynamic than a teacher and student dynamic, especially now that I've graduated. So I love to come back and support and go to games and come to lunch and see the teachers and catch up anytime that I can.
I do want to talk about your recent mission trip.
Okay.
You had a great opportunity this past summer, and we got to be a small part of that here at SCA. So will you tell us about what happened, how it came to be, and then how you got to go, and then obviously the trip and how SCA prepared you for that mission trip?
Okay. So I got presented with the opportunity fall of 2018 to go on a mission trip to Guatemala, medical mission trip, by one of my professors. And I originally dismissed it because I was like, no, like I was always more of an introvert, didn't really like going outside my comfort zone, and I just always thought, that's not for me. I probably won't thrive doing that. I was barely in nursing school, so what good could I do? And so I dismissed it at first, and then I really started praying about it and giving it thought, and I was like, okay, well maybe I'll go 1 year, see how it goes, and I know my professor's going, and I'll learn a lot, and we'll see how it goes. And so I ended up going in June of 2018. And it was a life-changing experience. And I remember contacting you and asking you, because I needed the money, the funds to support my trip. And I remember asking you, hey, I've made these T-shirts. Can you get the word out of mouth? Just if a couple of people bought T-shirts, any bit would help. And it was overwhelming to me, the amount of people and students that I didn't honestly even know, some of them, and faculty that knew me and supported me and bought T-shirts and prayed for me during that trip. And it's still, to me, to this day, is very overwhelming, and I don't know, it really spoke to me. It was very, very important to me, and it really shows how people at SCA, how close-knit of a family this is. That even after I've graduated, this thing that I'm doing, they're still involved. They still want to be invested in me and invested in my adventures and my opportunities to serve the Lord, and it meant the world to me. And so I got to go to Guatemala for about a week, and we set up a clinic there in a little town called Santa Rita, and we saw, I think, over 200 patients the week that we were there. Ranging from all sorts of ailments, from back pain, joint pain from working too hard in the sun, to vision problems, to possible tumors and that sort of thing. So it was amazing. It really was.
So how can we pray for you over the next few months, and as you finish up, how can we be prayer partners for you?
Just praying that the Lord shows me what he wants me to do with my career and with nursing, and that he'll direct my path with that, and that I will be receptive to his plans for me and trust in him, and that I pass the NCLEX, because that's really important. So yeah, definitely.
Well, again, thank you so much for coming today and sitting down and talking with me. It's been great.
Thank you.
Thanks.